Here we are again at NOMO, and this time we have Jeff Wright, who's the local high school
Yep, high school and middle school.
art teacher, and he's got the whole gallery devoted to his work, and we're just gonna talk a little bit about it. First piece here is called Warm Infinity. I hope I hung them correctly.
Yep.
I thought, and there's 4 separate pieces, have a continuity of what's going on. So it looks like maybe you took the infinity emblem and cut it into pieces.
Yep.
Here's, looks like an Ozark grist mill. Is it somewhere actual or?
Yep, it's a real place from a photograph.
In Missouri?
I'm not for sure where it's at, to be honest
okay.
with you.
And behind us is a piece I really like, watercoloring pen.
Yep, watercolor and Sharpie.
Okay, and love all the patterns in here, not only the patterns in the feathers, but picking up in the log that, or the branches on, and I love these, the stylized pine needles here. Look how he's not only painted in the bars of the feathers, but he's come back with a nice little hatching mark. It gives it a little certain vitality that I like. And he's got a nice attitude too. He's kind of got that sideways swagger. Here's a familiar piece to anyone who lives in Marceline. Black and white, basically, with some highlights of red.
Little color highlights, yep.
I've noticed several pieces that you've done this kind of fractured, breaking things into planes and angles.
Yeah, my students have a lot of questions about how to do abstract art.
Mm-hmm.
So we talk about different ways where you can emphasize different elements of the art, and one of them was shape. So it emphasizes the shape more than what the actual subject matter is.
Mm-hmm. Here's a piece called Skin Deep, kind of humorous and dark.
Yeah.
Darkly humorous. Any reason or just?
No, just an idea that I had that I thought was fun.
Uh-huh.
Like you said, it's a little bit humorous.
Yeah, if it's
Plays
really
on
hot, you can just pull
Yeah.
off your skin, sit around in your bones.
plays on the idea that beauty's only skin deep, you know.
And a desert painting.
I love how colorful your art is.
A lot of nice pattern here. He does this over and over, particularly this one. You can see how the patterns in the water are echoed in the patterns on the cattle. And these two I hung together because they have a similarity in the way they're handled.
Yeah, these were actually 2 pieces that I did in college,
Oh yeah?
and they're one of the only ones I did in acrylic, and I was trying to show how kind of like the heat waves coming off things makes things a little blurry and makes things a little wavy.
Yeah.
And that's when Mauve X was Susie's place.
Yep.
Is Susie your?
Yep, Susie's my mom.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I really like the colors here. It's, when you first look at it, it's very much just dark and light patterns, but then you start seeing those electric greens and purples start emerging the longer you look at it. It's got a real atmospheric feel.
Yeah, it's actually a pond on my family's farm, so.
It's got a lot of nice rhythms to it. And I want to say something about the ceramic pieces here.
Yeah, they're just fun little pieces that I do as examples in my classroom for my students. And, you know, I try to pick things that I think, you know, the kids would be interested in, that they would enjoy, just, you know, kind of fun, neat little cartoony things.
Yeah. And this piece is a little different from most
Yeah.
others.
It's another watercolor with pen and ink. and it's just a photograph that I found that caught my eye that I wanted to do some things with.
Yeah, really nice. It feels illustrative, but in a way
Yeah.
that I really like.
And once again, everything in here is I do as examples for my students, and using pen and ink and watercolor is one of the projects that we do every single year. So
Uh-huh.
so I usually try to do at least one every few years, so I have examples to show them,
Right.
and ones that I can demonstrate different techniques on.
Uh-huh. Here's one of the two big cats you've done. Are these acrylic?
These are oil.
Oil, okay. Yeah, you're working really thin, just
Yeah,
some
yeah,
real thin washes
thin
there.
washes, and lay the thicker stuff on top of it.
Yeah, I like how the green of the background really supports those really brilliant green eyes. And again, a real interest in pattern. Of course, you've got pattern with a leopard, but the way you've handled it, it becomes very abstract, the whole form, the way you've cropped it.
Yeah, having it head on and it's kind of a different angle.
Nice pencil drawing. Using a lot of different line systems and all moving in different directions to give it a flow.
I just really like the expression on his face, how he's kind of looking back over his shoulder at you.
Looks a little amused. Here's three. I see a progression here from a representational painting of the tiger. This one's called Simplicity, and then to a much more abstract. So it looks like you're doing a progression.
Yep. Yeah, once again, trying to show the kids different ways that even when you paint something realistic, it's still, unless it's, photorealism, you're still abstracting things a little bit, but how you can just emphasize, different things. The one with the triangles, of course, shape and color, and the one with the kind of swirls, has a lot of movement to it. Your eye wants to follow those, the pathway of all those little swirly lines.
Uh-huh. And some more ceramics. I really like this forest piece at the end. That's nice.
Yeah, that one looks nice. You put a little candle in it. It's kind of like there's a light coming out of the
Light in
woods
the
at you.
forest.
Yeah.
And a crown and a raccoon. And we can look at these. I've hung these together. There again seems like a similarity in the way you're handling things. Again, you've got that same swirl.
Yep. Trying to emphasize movement, movement and color.
Yeah. And I think I talked to you about this before. Chanticleer is that?
Yep.
It's a character from what?
From the
Charles-
Canterbury Tales. Yep. Yep. It's the nun's priest tale.
Okay.
Him and the other chicken is Pertalote is his wife.
Oh, okay. And we'll finish with this tiger. Beautiful piece. Again, lots of movement, lots of pattern. Those eyes really are looking at you. And again, it's a little bit unusual composition. He's very foreshortened and moving right at you. I like the blue of the water really plays off the oranges colors, complementary.
And just like the leopard, I was trying to show the kids how you use thin washes, and then you can add the thicker stuff on top of it.
Yeah.
Several of your pupils are pretty good artists. We've had Monica Wigman's and Kendra Eckert's potteries in here.
Yep. Yeah, I've had quite a few students over the year that have gone on and done things with art.
So that's great. And these pieces are very reasonably priced. Most
Yeah.
of them are $70, I noticed. So.
Yeah.
All right, so, everybody should come in and support our art gallery and our local artists. And the show will be up until May.
I don't know.
I think so. I think it's up till May 1st. So, anyway, anything else you'd like to say, Jeff?
No, I don't think so. I think that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.